everyone? Hi, welcome to the stream. Lightbright, King J, thanks for stopping by. This has been a couple weeks coming. This here is going to turn into a beautiful painting today. We're gonna get wet on wet, and I haven't done this in a really long time. Last time, a year ago, it was kind of a struggle bus, but we had a really cool painting last time, and I still love it to this day. And we are going to get into all the directions. It's gonna be a follow along painting. Hopefully the music is chill enough for the stream here. I composed it and created the songs, except for one by Franz and Deist, and so it'll be on loop as we go through. But I hope you all enjoy the process, if you will. It's gonna be kind of a mad fun. I'm not really gonna explain how much time I'm gonna be here. So first of all, Bob Ross does a really great job at explaining life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness when it comes to the joy of painting. I really magnetized myself to Bob Ross's painting. So I would write down like what he was talking about. Like when he says a double primed canvas, what he's talking about is using gesso or white acrylic, or in this case I use black acrylic to cover the canvas. And so double primed is just, two coats, just like painting a wall, right? So that's literally all that's here right now is just black acrylic. And then I'm still waking up. And then you have two options, which I'm going to be using both options on this canvas. It's going to be the magic. And he talks about liquid clear. This isn't very clear. It's kind of like a honey color, if you see it. Maybe up against the white. What is this? This is a glass jar filled with what's called medium. And medium allows me to paint on it. So he calls it liquid clear or medium. Medium is any kind of linseed oil, which is what oil paints are based off of. Now, it depends on the type of oil color. So this liquid clear, we're gonna put it on the canvas here, and that is going to set our painting up for success. And then after that, the other option is what's called liquid white. So what's liquid white? Liquid white is titanium white and more linseed oil. So all oil paints have linseed oil to a degree, right? By like how much? Magic white is not very magical. It's just titanium white with more linseed oil. And then you kind of make like a nice paste out of it. And then we're gonna use this as a very specific color for our painting here. So we're gonna see everything that's pretty much Bob Ross. Oh my gosh, there's like paint coming off of it. Ew. It's fine. We're here to paint and get messy, right? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So also, we've got our trusty 2-inch brush, 1-inch brush, and we're gonna be using a whole bunch of other colors and things like that, especially transparent colors. First and foremost are going to be up here, and you're probably not going to be seeing a whole lot of colors when I apply them on here, but the magic happens after we apply titanium white or magic white, because white is opaque, and the thing is like, oh my god, so excited. I'm ready too. So yeah, we're gonna get into, I will tell you the tools that I'm using and the colors that I'm using, and a trick about oil painting, especially al prima, is that you want to do thick on thin, thin on thick, and you cannot do thin on thin, thick on thick. It just doesn't. You start turning into what Bob Ross and Bill Alexander calls becoming a mud maker or a mud man. You know, like everything kind of goes and stuff. So definitely a lot of trial and error. Definitely a lot of just trying to make this thing work. But this is an original, like a Sean Graves original, but using tricks and tips by the great Bob Ross to make this painting happen. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump in, and I'm gonna grab the old jar here. Come on. Here we go. And we're gonna fire, as Bill Alexander says, we're gonna fire in. And so this here is just a clear coat that we use to just prime the canvas with. That's all this does. And you can be really aggressive and liberal with it, but you don't want it to be too wet, and you also don't want it to be too dry. You just kind of want to be right in the middle, but we want to cover every section of this canvas with liquid clear, so that way the real magic of painting can happen. All the art, absolutely, King J. It is not expensive to get into oil painting. It's really not. As per usual, to Bob Ross rules, this is a 18 by 24 canvas. So I'm just gonna cover this whole thing with magic, or I'm sorry, liquid clear or linseed oil, and just blend it through, even coat it out, and even coat it out this way. So now we have a clear coated so talented. Oh, I know, I'm so talented. Ta-da! There's my painting. I did not plan what I was gonna do with all this. Here are all my art, my colors that we will be using today. I get, you know what? I'm gonna put this on my palette first, and then I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm useless at art, so I enjoy this stuff. Honey, absolutely not. Hey, Shaw, absolutely useless with art. I disagree with that statement. I think anybody, I really do believe that, like, anybody can do what they want artistically. I really do believe that. People ask, like, oh my gosh, you must be so artistic. Like, you must have been, like, an artistic kid, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, I was. I am. I'm an artistic kind of guy. But, at the same time, like, it's not by, I don't think it's by design. I think it's just by practice, jumping in to the unknown, into the void. Like I was saying, I've never painted like this before in my life. In my childhood, in high school, I never had that. I did not have that opportunity. But as an adult, you know, who, you know, brings in their own paycheck, abso-freaking-lutely. Like, I was just like, no, I'm gonna try this out. We're gonna see if this works. I put it together. I learned along the way. And I guess I grabbed 2 phthalo blues. My bad. What's this one? Okay. Yeah, and I just, you know, practice. I know it's like kind of lame that I just say practice. But practice did help out like a lot, you know what I mean? And trying things out, but that's the point, is like you're trying things out. Yeah, like I completely agree that like art, it's one of those things that you just have to like jump in head first. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's fine too. Let's talk about the colors here. I don't know if you can see very well the colors. So just like Bob Ross in some way, shape, and form, we've got phthalo green, phthalo blue. These two are my favorite colors. Okay, we're gonna be using that a bit. This one here is Prussian blue. This is a new color that I've been experimenting with called magenta. Not Bob Ross amazing, but it is what it is. Sap green and alizarin crimson is right here. Here's the point. All of these colors here are transparent. So when I throw them up here on this canvas here, they are going to seamlessly disappear into the black canvas here. And that's what I want to have happen. Because if I can see it, then the magic is gone. Okay? Yeah, magic. And so we're gonna just go in, color, and throw. And that's the fun part behind this painting here, is that you can be, this painting is not gonna be anything like the OG one, because where I throw the colors are gonna be their own. You know what I mean? It's not gonna, I don't remember where I put the colors last time, but it's going to be its own thing. So I really want to make sure that the magenta pops up this time around. So I'm just gonna go in with the 2-inch brush here and just load this thing up. Not all over the place, obviously, but definitely where it needs to go. And if you see me depth below, it's probably because I'm picking up and putting down my palette, or I'm gonna be cleaning my brush because it'll be dirty. But yeah, I'm gonna hit off the green, the magenta here, then the alizarin crimson, and put those in little spots. And then I'm gonna move over to the blues. The blues eat up so much, like, they're really powerful colors. I don't know what else to say. So if you can see right here, just gonna fire in the magenta here. Maybe put some here. And maybe some here. I know it just like took me like an hour to get to coloring a little bit, but that's fine. It is what it is. So we got the magenta in, now we're gonna get the alizarin crimson in. And the magic here is that the colors are blending just as well. And I'm gonna just put some alizarin crimson on top of the magenta a little bit, and maybe around here. I don't know if you guys can see the colors all too well, but like there's colors happening in spots. That they're happening. Make sure that you have some thinner, okay? This is non-odorless, so I am not gonna get high off of this, but for sure, I put a wire whisk inside this glass jar. This is like one of those, so in art stores, they have like tubs that have like a wire inside, and then you just kind of press in, and it's supposed to like help clean your brushes. What I did was like the version of it where you get a dollar store whisk or wire thing that goes into your sink to like catch food, and then you turn it upside down, put it in the jar, and then just add a little bit of that cleaner to it, and then you just beat the devil out of it. And if you're like really stressing for time, I want to get a box that has like a stick in it, so that way I could really like beat the stupid out of my brushes and dry them. The reveal is gonna be bro, it's gonna be something fierce. I also like to wear a smock because it, like, you know, helps me dry off my brushes. Bob Ross, by the way. I like to abuse my... for some reason, it was like not wanting to... I couldn't hear it, so... yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna go through the phthalo blue, phthalo green, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, sap green. These are all really powerful colors here. So as soon as I touch it, it's just gonna explode. And one thing that Bill Alexander, the great Bill Alexander, would say is, you know, don't be afraid of the colors. Let the colors just do it, you know? Fire in with all the colors. Be brave about it. Phthalo blue, man. This is the color that's gonna just eat everything up. Phthalo blue is a really powerful color. Prussian blue is more dark. And again, I don't know if you guys can see the colors happening here on the canvas. I can tell you exactly where each color kind of begins to blend a little bit. And then there's some parts where I'm like, ooh, where is the colors? Grab that sap green. I'm also mixing these colors a little bit, but they're transparent enough that I can kind of tell where they are or where they're not. So this is kind of like the abstract of painting here, because I cannot tell you where one color begins. And maybe someone would be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing painting. Like, this is it. This is the moment. So all of this is pretty much all covered in color. I'm gonna blend it out and blend it so that way all the colors kind of mix it. There's not really, you probably can't see a whole lot of what's going on here, but maybe if I bring it up to the, maybe there's some parts that you can kind of catch the color on. There's others that you really can't. It's just, oh, you do see it? Okay. Yeah, I was really hoping that you were able to see the blend of colors. Because sometimes Stale Blue, it like really gets in there, and other times it's like, it's kind of a struggle bus. One thing that I learned really early on about painting is that before you become an artist, you become a brush cleaner first. I did way more brush cleaning than I did actual art for a majority of my paintings. Follow along, or just taking inspiration from what Bob Ross taught me and going for it, If you're gonna be an artist, be dirty, right? So that's a dry brush. And I'm just gonna do a really light, very light, like barely touching my hand. Two hairs and some air is a freaking technique, Bob Ross style, because you barely want to touch with your bristles. This is just a normal 2-inch brush from the Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you get your paintbrushes from, and I treated it by just cutting the top because it was a very pointed brush, and I didn't want a pointed brush. I wanted like a square brush. So I would trim and get the random brushes off of it. But this is literally my workhorse for the painting. So we're just gonna blend this all out. All the colors are mixing. They're all talking to each other. That's why I would like to think. All the colors talk to each other. 2 hair and some air. Here, hold on. Let me get that on the edge there. You also got to be really careful with some of the coloring there because, you know what? I'm not even really too bothered by the amount of paint that I just picked up there. You'll definitely know on my smock if I'm a lefty or if I'm a righty, because my right side's all nice and clean, but my left side's all dirty. And what's really cool about oil painting too is like, there's little techniques that I can use where I can use the liquid in this jar, this cleaning jar here, and throw it on there, and it galvanizes the oil. So that way it gives like a different kind of effect that you're not necessarily used to seeing on paints. So I'm gonna take a look at my liquid clear, liquid white, and magic white. I'm trying to remember the terminology that Bob Ross uses. And this brush, we're never going to use it again. We're going to move on to our specialty brushes. So we're going to be using fan brushes, filbert brushes, liner brushes, and a mop brush. I just realized there's like, I got hit by paint. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the magic white and make up some magic white if I have to. And okay, so here's my magic white. It's like titanium white, but it's like super thin down. Should just be able to just pull that, and this should be as runny as this stuff, if anything. So we're gonna start seeing the magic of painting here, and I'm super excited. Some of this stuff didn't. Probably not so much on the how many stars are out there and it being long ways and things, but here we go, everybody. Bravery test. Bravery test with a fan brush. This is a number 2. A number 2 fan brush, and then we're just gonna layer up the numbers. But I also have to think, like, where's my horizon? And it's right here. So everything above is gonna be Nebula, and then from here down, it's gonna be the ocean line. So as an artist, I kind of have to think about that. Like, I have to make those decisions. Some people need like a line across the way here, but we're not even gonna be bothered. We're just gonna go right in and get this right there. And then we're gonna go like this. Like so. Same brush, okay? We're gonna go and pull. And the liquid white is mixing with the colors. And then we're gonna take the blending brush and we're going to blend the crap out of these wisps. Wisps. Gotta think about, like, how does air, or how do chemicals move in space, you know? And then I'm gonna pull this way. Because it's important to pull in separate directions here. And then we're gonna come back up here and pull. It doesn't matter how you pull, just as long as you pull from the center of that white streak that we made. And now we just got this whole feather look right there. You can try, you can do this. And then I'm gonna use this mop brush. People call it a bunny brush. Magic is real. I refuse to believe different. I completely agree. I am one of those people that I believe that magic is real just as well. It leaves the imagination open. You know what I mean? I really do agree with that. So I'm using that 2 hair and some air technique on top of my hand, but on the canvas here. And what I'm doing is I'm doing little C shapes. This is dramatic, but I'm just doing little C shapes, and I'm blending in the wisp that I just created. It doesn't take much. You can even whisper while you do this part. Helps you out. Want to make sure that your C shapes are going the same direction, because I don't want to pull color into the wisps. But hopefully, if you see me coming down, the more you blend, the more the color is just mixing in with that white. And we come on down. And the mop brush is so soft about it. It takes a lot of effort to try to get something out of nothing here. But there we go. I was afraid when I first made this painting that it was getting really close to looking like peacock colors. I'm gonna just keep on doing little wisps this direction, and then I'll go in the other way. But yeah, like, I thought I was making peacock feathers for some reason, and I was like, no, Sean, just keep on doing you, dude. You got this image, you got this idea, we can make it happen. It's not too difficult. It's only as difficult as we want to make it. That's for darn sure. So, opposite, we're gonna do big C's this direction. What's that say? Oh, well, thank you, King. I appreciate that because, I mean, I'm not a professional. I am just a product of the magic of painting. I don't want to lose any of this black space here, so I gotta be really delicate. And maybe I'll leave some of this space here to be very dramatic for the wisp. But definitely want to keep that center spot there. I'm kind of pulling a little bit more from this angle out, so that way there's not really much of a line. But yeah, definitely 2 hairs and some air technique here. And then because this is further out, I'll just go ahead and do this here. And just be really liberal about how far I'm blending these colors out. You're getting blues, pinks, greens, magenta, a little bit of purple, and some phthalo up in here. Like, it's really coming out like pretty darn cool so far. Some light glare that I'm seeing here, so I'm not sure what I'm up to. Because, you know, studio lighting! It's okay though, we're having fun. I'm having fun! Here we go. And so, true to form, many years ago, I thought that it would be a smart idea to do oil painting without doing the wet on wet technique, and that was a horrible idea. That was stupid of me. It was super, super bad. It was horrible. Don't do it. Do it this way. Don't go away from the techniques that are proven to be a thing, okay? I'm gonna go back into the titanium white here, the magic white. And I'm gonna go back in and get some more of that white space up, or like where the lines are here, and just, you know, load it up as much as you can, however much you can see there on the tips of the fan brush there. And I'm gonna do like little poofs through here, and then I'm gonna blend that out and like maybe do like a little wisp here and bubble it out and do one up there. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a thing for sure. So I'm just gonna do that like that, and just be crazy about it. Don't even like think like nebulas don't have a form to them. That's what makes them so free. They're like clouds. Like it's like a cloud, and honestly, when you think of like Bob Ross and his clouds, like he does say like they're really easy, and I could beg to differ, but that's just me. I'm gonna do one right here as well, kind of dance it out down there. Yeah, I like that. And we're gonna do some up here. Cool. I'm gonna grab that old mop brush one more time. And then what I'm gonna do is just kind of dance, again, C shape, like just 2 layers of some hair, and C shape, and just into the white area here, because I don't want the white to be so on top. But I want the indication that there's something going on there in that part of the nebula. And you can do either direction at this point, because it's just colors mixing into colors at this point with the magic white. And the reason why I'm using magic white and not titanium white is because, again, we have so much. Titanium white is so opaque, and it's so, what do you say, thick of a color that it just sits right on top of colors from time to time. I'm not even gonna blend from the bottom down. I'm just gonna take care of the colors from here and just blend it from underneath. So that way it looks like there's something sitting on top there. Maybe do some wispies out this direction, like that, you know? I'm gonna just do the same thing on the bottom end of this white mark here. Because nebulas have a cloud-like form to them, you know? And then this one here. You can do whatever your heart desires on this nebula here. You can even bring out like a little bit of that titanium white and just swirl, 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 swirl. Puff it out. Make it poofy. That's kind of the idea here. We're in poof mode. I hope you enjoy all the experiences, King. Like, seriously, like, it's really fun to share this because, again, I learned from just doing, and maybe one day bravery will set in, and experimentation and enjoyment of life will get you, and you'll you know, that was a nice happy accident just freaking happened. I accidentally touched right there with my mop brush, and we got little poofs happening right there. That's the whole point. That's why I love this. It's because, like, this is not a Bob Ross painting. This is me painting a Bob Ross technique. And when he says happy accidents, they actually freaking happen. They actually freaking happen. From time to time. And that's what makes this painting so much more different. Aside from where the colors are or what I'm doing, it's gonna be it'll look nothing like the painting that I painted weeks ago. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm painting this painting for a friend, for a very dear friend of mine, and I love that accident so much. I'm just gonna go crazy on this. I'm just gonna add just the little remnants of a nebula happening here. It's so subtle, but it's there. It's freaking there, man. Oh, I'm so excited. And the more you blend, the more it kind of dissipates into the canvas, and it also releases those colors too. Oh, that's so exciting. I love this crap. I'm gonna do one more right here, very lightly. I don't want to kill any of the darkle height. Maybe right here. Maybe like bring it in from the corner and come this direction. Because I have like this V shape here, so I'm gonna come in this way and just maybe stop about there. And then, yeah, we'll do that. Totally agree with you, King. Like, watching people do the cool things that they can do in life, like, that's totally worth it. This way? Yeah, I decided down this way, like that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. I still gotta use the fan brush. I'm gonna be very gentle on how much I'm pulling, but regardless, we're just gonna do a little bit of this. Because I really want the colors to speak here. I know it looks like a feather. I know it looks like a feather here. But hopefully we can see all those amazing little accidents happening there. For sure. But regardless, there's so much. It looks like a feather. But in reality, it's just gonna turn into Nebula. Magic. Happy clouds, happy nebulas. We're gonna have happy nebulas here. That's what we're gonna do. And again, blend, 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 blend. It's so relaxing to see these little tricks work. It's like, oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing. Yay! We are like, ooh, it's working. I'm just gonna do the same thing again, the little cloud bits in here, because our boy here can't be looking too blah. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm just being crazy about the fan brush here when it comes to adding that texture on top. This is literally my version of Layers of Fear, but it's happy. It's happy Layers of Fear, not crazy Layers of Fear. I'm lightly touching because there's so much titanium white that was on, or liquid white that was on this brush, that I'm just gonna kind of just tap out from this nebula here and just give indications of little bits of nebula coming off out there into space. The final frontier. Hello, my name is Will Shatner, and we are going into space. For once. With static. English. Yeah. It's gonna blend in this titanium white into spots, not too much. I'm gonna keep it 2 airs and some hair. So that way, again, there's that depth of white. And just underneath, I'm not gonna even touch the on top bits. And tap out, make the 2 marry. Because again, there's so much dark in between, more than what's here, right? Like these are kind of married and they're living their best lives together. But the other one here he's kind of on his own a little bit. He's doing his own thing. He decided, I don't need you, Mom. I do what I want. And every little bit that has just a little bit of that, there's a little bit of galvanizing right here because I guess my fan brush wasn't dry enough. So there's just these little happy accidents of galvanizing happening here. And then I'm just gonna lightly brush this little white piece out. So that way there's some indication of color happening in the distance here. As well as down here. So that way it's not 100% fan brush. It's like fan brush, but with a little bit of oomph. Oompa. But this mop brush is where it's at. Yeah. And there's color up here too. Let's do like a little bit more on that white there. It's not impacting me enough. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna take care of like just a little bit of that. I'm just gonna tap just a little bit onto the fan brush or onto the mop brush here and just kind of swirl it off in that little spot right there. And just get like just a little bit more colors out here in this space because there's so much happening here, so much magic. And then we're gonna take care of this corner, and then from here down, it's gonna be the ocean side. So what I want to show you this. So what I'm doing here is I'm just lightly tapping on the top of my mop brush here, just a little bit of that liquid white, magic white, right there. So just on the tips of the mop brush there. I don't know if you could tell by the green there. Just on the tips. Okay, just the tip. But we're just gonna do just a nice little whip, 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 whip. There we go. I'm gonna dry it off. Get the excess off, and I'm gonna come in and blend 2 airs and some hair, because Lord knows that's what we need to make happen. I'm just again doing C shapes. Doesn't have to be in a particular direction. It can be in whatever direction you want it to be. But regardless, blending it out. So that way there's like some fun stuff happening out here in space. There should always be fun stuff happening out there. Always. Magical. That's what I like to think happens out there. Okay. Yeah. This is my Nebula. If you didn't know, space, the final frontier. These are the journeys, the USS Enterprise. My smock has pockets! Okay. New fan brush because I like working with new materials, but what I'm gonna do, and also I grabbed, my trusty knife, palette knife here, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, it's gonna be so annoying. Not annoying, but it's gonna be like, you know, you're gonna hear me make sound effects. On my fan brush, I am going to take the titanium white here, or the liquid white here, okay? Because it's very thin down as far as titanium white is concerned. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold my knife up against the canvas here, and I'm just gonna flick it. Effectively what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna have this loaded up, and then I'm just gonna go flick, 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 flick. And that's how I'm gonna make my stars. I know it's not very magical. I know that's not very like, ooh, what's going on here? Like, how do you make stars? And it's like, not quite as magical as you would think it'd be. But that will be the last layer for here and up. And then, yeah, that's that. I'm not really upset about it. I like this one more than I like my other one. I really do. But you know what? I'm gonna do a side-by-side of what I have hung up on my wall and what I just created tonight. And hopefully... This is gonna be a lot of fun. I really like this. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's working. So here's my fan brush. Got the liquid white on it, and I'm just gonna go flick, flick. God, I'm not gonna get my... If my landlord is watching, I know I'm not gonna get my deposit back. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just flicking liquid white into space. I gotta mind where I'm flicking stars at. Sorry if my big old head's in the way, but it is what it is, everybody. There we go. What I added to my palette here is cadmium yellow. This is a lot of cadmium yellow for our painting here today, you guys, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Cadmium yellow is non-transparent, so what I throw up here, it's not going to be, it's not gonna blend, it's gonna blend less better than, I would say, the titanium white. Titanium white and cadmium yellow are both equally opaque. But I'm just gonna grab just the littlest bit, and I'm gonna make what I like to call, this is my favorite color in my palette. It's called Happy Yellow, Sunshine Yellow. I'm gonna just tame it down with the titanium liquid white here, and we're gonna do the same little flicks in some spots. And get, because stars aren't necessarily the same color. They're not all white. So we're just gonna put little indications of flicked stars. Get busy with it. In nebulas, there's so many different stars just hanging out there, because nebulas are places that are the birthplaces of stars. That's what they are. Like, it's freaking magical, man. So I'm not too worried about how busy the stars are. Yeah. Good. Okay, team. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Ratchet Painting with Sean. What we have going on here, because now we are going to take care of the bottom section here. Okay, so from the top of my palette down is going to be the horizon line. What we're going to do is we're going to make the wave here, and then we're going to make some splash over here, and we're gonna set some background ocean lines and do some details. We're gonna add some more sea foam on top. And then, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Like, that's gonna be the thing. But what I just did to my palette, random appearance. Psych! Phthalo blue. I just added just a little bit more onto my palette. Titanium white. This is titanium white. This is titanium white with a little bit of love. Cadmium yellow and alizarin crimson. These four colors here are what we're going to use, and we might use a little bit more of the liquid white cadmium yellow. just to play around with, but we're gonna make my happy color, my sunshine color here. We're gonna make some lavender, and we're gonna get into the oceans now. My favorite part. So, yeah, let's get into this. Trying to remember the directions I did. Lavender. Okay. What we gotta do here is we're gonna use a number 6 filbert brush. A filbert brush, it's literally a filbert brush is supposed to be like if your finger was moving things around. Does that make sense? Like if I was doing this with a brush, that's what a filbert brush does. And so it's very important that it's rounded, as well as looks about, you can kind of figure out what size finger you have based off of the one. I would say my pinky is a number 6. Yeah. But if I really press down, I think it'd be the index finger, so. Anyway, we're gonna start off with making, here is where we're gonna talk about the shape of a wave. Phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, we're gonna mix and make a lavender color. Yeah, we're gonna make an ocean. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do oceans. And we're gonna make a lavender color. And then we're gonna we're gonna make like a C shape. We're gonna just kind of like make a shape that looks like this. And then we're gonna curve it out this direction. And the lavender color is gonna be my shadow, okay? And then on top of that shadow, we're gonna put the happy color, the combination of cadmium yellow and white. And we're also gonna blend cadmium yellow and white into the eye of the wave, and we're just gonna trail it out. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome. So actually, yeah, we're gonna do the phthalo blue. Would you like to? There we go. I was like, why is my paintbrush being a douche nozzle all of a sudden? Grab a little bit of that alizarin crimson, put it into the blue. Alizarin crimson and phthalo blue are like the masters of eating up color. They want to overpower each other, but we can't let that happen. So we're gonna grab a little bit of that white there and see what color we got going on for ourselves. A little bit more red. There we go. That's the color purple I want. Maybe a little bit more white. There we go. Yeah, that's the color I want. So we're gonna do this C shape here. Okay. What? Oh, don't go pee in your pants, honey. Absolutely not. If you gotta go potty in the potty, you gotta go potty in the potty, not on your friends. This is shadow, so I'm not really too concerned about how how should I say? I am concerned, but I'm not too concerned about the shape. But the thing is like, I just gotta make sure that this spot doesn't get touched just yet. And then, we'll do some falls and then wisp up on top of that. So we'll do that later. But now I gotta use my other filbert brush and put the zhuzhing on top. When I think of oceans, I think of like really scrubbing in, turning. You gotta think about like when an ocean turns, it's not gentle. It's not gentle at all. It's got we're gonna mix in that titanium white and the cadmium yellow. Grab cadmium yellow. It's thinner than the titanium white, but it's still opaque as a color. And I'm just gonna layer in as much white as possible, because cadmium yellow is a super powerful color. It literally changes the aspect of white in such a manner, and I want it to be kind of cakey. Do you see how it's cakey on my palette there? Like, I don't know if you can see all too well, but it's like cake. It's like frosting. I want frosting. I don't want thinner. Well, I want it to be thin, but I also want it to be cakey. So that way I could press up on top and get that beautiful foam on top. So that's what we're just gonna get ourselves into here. We're just gonna goosh on top. Down here, so that way it doesn't get too crazy down here. Now I'm just adding more foam. Foam on top of foam. Foam love. I changed up my filbert brush to the number 4. I want the yellow to kind of indicate in the ocean line here. I want that yellow to kind of be there. And I'm back. Just gonna make some more of that happy yellow. Happy sunshine yellow. And then I'm just gonna make this eye of the wave. And here's the thing, you can hypnotize this part of the wave in such a way that the more you spin it, the more you add that happy yellow, the more it's just gonna turn into like glass. And that's what I want. This is the part of the painting that I want to make happen. The more I spin in this eye of the wave, the more it's going to do its business. When I was starting off with making oceans, I used to be so afraid of screwing this part up. Because oceans are like without form. They're without form. They don't have a law to it. It's like trying to capture the shape of fire, you know? Like, how does one make that innately happen, you know? But after doing it a couple of times, and again, I go back to, it's all about just doing it, getting in there, just making it happen, you know? See? It just turns into glass. And it's like, because the filbert brush is just like smudging it around. You know? I'm just gonna set on top of that lavender color. Just a little bit more. There you go. Yeah. Wrap it around. Yeah. Then, what are we gonna do next? Oh yeah. Grab some of this liquid white here. Put it on the old fan brush. Now I'm gonna go. Gotta make the sound effects. I know it's weird, but Bob Ross even says if you don't make sound effects when you make the ocean, it's not gonna do it. It's just not gonna do it. So I'm gonna pretend like it comes off this way and go. Really just pull it forward. Just like that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Looking at other things that I'd like to do. Maybe like that. Mm-hmm. I'm just giving like indications, just simple indications of things that are happening behind the scenes. You know? This is the magic of painting right here. That is the joy and the magic of painting right there. And I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit more. And then we're gonna make this come up and around like that. I'm making more lavender because what I'm gonna do here is add some more ocean indications going on back here. Like the next wave is ready to rip through. Because we can't do much with just shadow, you know? But we need shadow in this painting in order for it to kind of freaking work. as much as, yeah, as much as we need it. Okay, I'm gonna just do a little bit of this. Hypnotize, 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 hypnotize. Gotta remember, I'm working with white, so it's all about that. Oh, filbert brush, that's what I need. Gotta get that happy yellow in. Happy yellow, happy yellow. And now we're going to just get it in there and brighten that whole day up. Trying to motivate myself with we need some business. We need a filbert brush with business on it. For sure. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. Darling. You can never lose that. Well, you can lose that. That's acceptable. You can do whatever you like. But welcome back, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome. We're just doing more ocean things. I'm gonna use a fan brush here with the happy yellow. And we're just gonna use the corner of it, just the corner of that. We're just gonna splash it up on top of here. And just turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Just like that. Easiest way to dirty a brush up. I kind of over guesstimated like how much of that eye there I kind of need to be the eye of we're just gonna open it up just a little bit more because it doesn't quite sing to me yet. And if it doesn't sing to me, it doesn't sing to anybody. I'll be pretentious about that. There we go. Because this is like really huge, and then this is like really small. So that's no good. Like we can't be having that. But I will do some fun little sounds, you know? A lot of this point, it's going to be just blending. It's going to be blending, blending, blending. Like a lot of this here is just going to be pulling, getting some of that to come down just a little bit more so that way it's not so freaking harsh. Because I am literally painting into darkness. Ooh, that's a nice song title. Painting into darkness. Marry it up a little bit. Also, what you can do here, I'll use a thinner brush since I'll have more control. Number 2 fan brush is you can pull from here. You can make, you want the darkness here in your painting. You want to keep that, but you also want to play with it at the same time because like we want depth, right? But we also need to remember that the ocean has a depth to it that is down. And the darkness allows that down to be there. So there's not really much like help that I need to do for it. I mean, shoot, I could even just kind of bring a little bit of what's going on back here to the between. I have no color on this. I have no color on this brush here. But just by simply pulling just a little bit, it gives the indications that there are going to be things happening in this ocean that maybe we're not ready to see yet. See? Just that little bit right there makes that ocean kind of go, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this thing. I even just pulled up, again, I have no color on this. Sometimes when you paint, you don't have to have paint on your brush. You just need to just pull, you know? So at this point, I'm gonna help this out a little bit. At this point here, my ocean is done. My wave is done. But I still have all this back here to do and all this up front to do. So this is where we're gonna bust out our palette knife of doing this. This direction, and just by pulling down on the tail of this ocean here, of this wave, I've just created little indications. When you see waves swell up and in, there's like these little wispy things. Wispies up here, wispies down here. Just pull. Pull down from the darkened height, pull down from the darkness, maybe catch a little bit of the light, and bring it into the color that's already on your canvas. Just like that. I'm gonna get a little creative here in this section here. I'm gonna use a little bit of the titanium white. Excuse me, phthalo blue. And I'm using a liner brush. I'm trying to see if I can bring it up close. This is like using a pencil. Actually more like using what are those pens called? Fountain pens, right? Like you kind of have to. Once you kind of use it, it's like that's your lot in life. There's still like this brushing, right? But that's kind of like the background of the brushing of the ocean turning into itself. This here is going to help with adding a little bit of those lines that one sees in the ocean when it's starting to kind of turn. The fun part behind this is that you can do as much or as little as you want. Bob Ross, he typically kind of skimps out on this section here. I don't know why. But you can be as crazy as you wish. This is like where the details of the ocean get to play a little bit. And when you apply twist with your brush up and away, or dance it, little bit, if you have essential tremors like me, this is your moment to shine. You can bring it into the ocean here. Bring it into the line here. You always see those little lines, kind of without form, without shape, without any rhyme or reason why they're happening. And this is just another detail on top of the detail. So much detail that really shows, like, I think to me, that understanding of what the ocean does without merit, without any particular reason, you know? You can add as many as you want. You can even bring it inside to the eye of the storm, or eye of the ocean here. You could just bring little indications of it into the center of the wave there. Just ever so slightly. Just the littlest of details inside. Not too much. You don't want to kill the whole centerpiece there, because that's, hate to say it, that's the moneymaker that most people love to see when it comes to the ocean. You can even add some back here. Just trying to eat up as much of the paint that's on this blasted brush as possible. Even add some down here on this side of the wave. At some point, there's going to be like no paint left on the brush, and I'm just moving indications around, you know? So yeah, that's just another technique of using a liner brush on that, and add some more here. I'm not 100% sold on that piece, on that side of it. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. The last time I did this painting, it took me about the same amount of time. Okay, I'm like looking back at the other painting here because I want to make sure that I'm like kind of where I want to be. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna fill in the ocean line back here with just indications of waves, okay? What that's gonna look like is essentially my happy color here, that yellow and white, is just gonna play back here. We're just gonna do a lot of titanium white, little indications of happy yellow, sunshine yellow, and then I'm gonna fill up the back, this part here, with indications of water down below. So, okay. So palette knife, everybody. We're gonna palette knife a little bit. Grab a little bit of that liquid white. Bring it down here. Liquid white should not look like frosting. I think that's how I kind of described titanium white over here, but this is supposed to look like cream. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna press lines back here. And what is this saying? This is telling me, this is telling you, there's a horizon back here. There are things so out there in the distance, many, many miles away, that are happening in the ocean that we just do not have the a pleasure to see. But they're happening. Okay. Grabbed a little bit of the titanium white. Cut across. So when you cut across, you can cut across however you wish. C shape. And you're gonna get like a roll of ink or paint right there on the tip. Right on the tip. And thick on thick, thin on thin. There we go. I picked up some color from before. And as I kind of dance across, the canvas is taking that ink along with it. Cut across, get that roll of paint. Tap, 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 tap. Boom. Got some distance in there. Just it's super slight indications of things happening. There we go. There we go. Boom. Okay. And I'm just gonna clean out the palette knife on the side of my plate here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that sunshine yellow. It's also a thick paint, so it'll have no problems transferring and giving a little bit of yellow where it's needed. And here's the thing, there's yellow here, there's yellow here, there's, you know, this kind of harmony of light in the darkness that we're able to see, like as if there's translucent things happening back here, you know? And I don't want to use, again, I don't want to lose too much of the dark in between. So I'm gonna leave it as such. I'm gonna screw around with too much of that. Let me add just a little bit here, a little bit there. And that's the background. Really easy. Grab titanium white on the big old number four fan brush here. Just that much of the ink there. And here's the fun part. Background's done. Nebula's done. Ocean's done. The eye of the storm there. Waves. Background of the waves. Got some translucent things going on there, but what about up front here? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? This is what we do. This is what we do. We just take this and we just indicate. Just indicate. The minute the white hits, it's already blending it with the colors that I put in there hours ago. just like that. I'm just doing like a rocking motion. That's all I'm doing. Just a rocking motion. And trying to not keep my head. And the more I blend, the more color shows up. More things in this ocean are gonna happen. Like, you know, you also gotta mind like the idea of not giving too many how does one say you don't want to give too much. You kind of want to reserve a little bit at the same time. The real illusion here with painting, I think, is that you don't have to paint everything. I mean, there's paint here. There is paint here. That is a real thing. But you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it because it's translucent and it's on black canvas. There's black canvas back here, here, but there's also color on that black, you know? That if the light hits it just right, which I'm able to see it still, I'm just adding some ocean zhoosh here on this corner here. Let's see, that depth, that play of light and darkness, if you don't have it, it gets lost in translation, I feel. And then it's like, what does one have? So I'm just add some more ocean crashing here on this side. Make it look like it's just in front of you there. Yeah. Where's that liner brush? I'm gonna dip into the Prussian blue because it's a darker blue than the phthalo blue. And we're just gonna add some dark water details on top of this here. Feather it out, bring the details in. If you have, like I said, if you have essential tremors, oceans are where it's at, because you can get away with your shakes, adding so much unique shaking to your art, and it's just going to be a very dirty. What I'm doing is I'm just touching up some of the harshness of the white from where I began here. Just adding that little bit of feathering detail. When it comes to feathering detail, I don't know if it's like called that per se, but it's what I like to call it. You can pull from two directions, from white to darkness, which eats up the darkness, or from darkness to white, which will reduce the amount of color feeding into, or white feeding into the darkness. It also blends it, I find. a lot more easier, and also adds just that little bit of something. I don't know what to call it. Something. Maybe someone will make $1 million off of that technique. I'm also pulling that sunshine from the wave, eye of the storm here, into the darkness a little bit. Yeah, that's painting. Don't know what else to say about it. That is, that's my painting, everybody. Just like that. There we go. So, Nebula Ocean painting number 2. This painting is dedicated to my friend and my dearest friend, my mod too, as well, Miss Light Bright Indie. This will take 2 weeks to dry, and then I have to spray it with a sealant, and yeah, that's how it's done, everybody. I hope that was enjoyable for you as it was for me. Thank you. I appreciate that, hon. Yeah. It was a lot of fun for me to paint. I love painting. It's not nervous wreck life for me. Thankfully. It could be, but it's not. That's a good thing. Yeah. And I don't know, like it was just like one of those things where like I just wanted to paint something on Bob Ross Day that was Bob Ross inspired. This is definitely inspired by Bob Ross. You could say that this is very Northern Lights like, but I really try to capture the idea of a nebula. Or maybe I should just give into it and just call it Northern Lights. I don't know, but yeah, the magenta really showed up here. I'm really thankful for that. As well as the cadmium red, sap green, phthalo green, or phthalo green, phthalo blue. Definitely phthalo green right there. Yeah, right? Yeah, absolutely. Again, that's like one of those like special little things that like I kind of remember hearing over and over and over and over and over again, like clockwork, like, you know, add depth, you know, don't eat up the darkness, you know, make sure if you're adding light, make sure there's darkness on top. Even if you don't paint here, that's fine. There's paint there regardless. So, yeah. Yeah. Sean Original. It's a lot of fun painting these things. For sure. I hope that this also inspires other people to paint just as well. Because it's easy. It is actually easy. It is easy to do. It's easy to make things happen. It's not difficult. It's not hard. Not as hard as it may look, you know? I could get really stingy and add like a stone right here or something like that. Like, for sure. There's a lot that can still happen on this canvas that I just haven't done yet because, I don't know, maybe that's, I did say it's done, so maybe I should just honor that decision and not do anything else to it. Maybe when I paint again for my friend, Julian, that maybe I'll do a stone. Maybe like a big rock or something like that. It does look like it would be different if I hadn't watched you do it live. Oh yeah, maybe so. Maybe so, hon. Oh wait, what? You're lucky you aren't affiliate yet? I was gonna make you cry today. Well, sweetheart, I appreciate it. Nonetheless, I appreciate it. I really do. One day I will be an affiliate. One day I will be. Just not yet. Nobody knows about me yet. No, that's not true. Actually, if I was just... Yeah, right? No, I'm totally, like, I totally see you on that. There was this one week where I had, like, 5 people who stopped by and, were watching me, and all I needed was to stream, like, 4 or 5 hours more, and I would have made affiliate on Twitch, and, it is what it is. Now it's the exact opposite. I just need more people to tune in and watch as opposed to how many hours I stream. Which I don't know if that makes me feel okay with how many hours I stream. But yeah. That's essentially where I'm at. Guys. You too, I swear. I swear. By the moon and the stars in the sky. What do you guys think was like... What part did you think would have been difficult? Because I don't know, like I think I did a pretty good job with going in with an idea. I did have to look over at my painting for sure, but at the same time I did a majority of this just by thinking about it. What's I say? The freaking waves would have been the hardest part for me. Really? Oh my gosh. Yes, I agree. Like, totally. I totally feel like I do feel like I'm part of a really good community, especially on your Discord and a couple of other places that I've ventured into. The freaking waves, waves scared me too, Light Bright. But there's only 3 parts to it, and it's not too heavy-handed. I am too. I am a heavy foot driver, and I am also a heavy-handed writer. By the way, that's how dirty my smock got. But yeah, like, when it comes to the waves, you don't really have to have a light hand. You really don't need to have a light hand on it. What you do need to, though, for at least for light-handedness, is that whole Nebula section. That definitely, 3 airs and some hair technique that Bob Ross does is definitely a thing up here. But down here, not even anywhere close. If you're blending down here and you're doing all this stuff, definitely. But otherwise, you could go in as rough as you want with the happy yellow, the mauve or purple, as well as the light on top. You know, yeah, it's really, this is probably more forgiving with heavy-handedness, and then of course touching the waves in the background there to kind of give that depth, get this one ready to creep in on the one just in front of it. And we could kind of imagine that this one here is already a wave that came to us, you know? Yeah, for sure. And I'm totally okay with, like, there's paint right here in this section, but you can barely tell because of like just the little hints of color there, for sure. I'm gonna go grab my other painting and set it up next to this thing, and yeah, show you the ocean differences here. Ta-da! So that's the side-by-side comparison of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, things that happen on the canvas there. For show. What's that say? Pursuit of happiness. Yeah, I mean, you really have to kind of feel for that, you know? I might add some ocean spray down here at the bottom. I'm kind of feeling that. I feel like that's one element that I totally missed out on with your ocean here, so I'm gonna do that. It just adds so much more, like, ocean life to yours. I'm gonna do that. But literally the same techniques are used back here, here, here. Aside from the colors, like where it's all placed and things, everything else is pretty much the same as far as how it looks. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Like just touching like the sides of the canvas here, and it feels tacky, so I know it's like one more week away from just the slightest indications of that ocean spray happening. There we go. Ta-da! Boom. Ocean. There we go. And clean. Oh man, this was fun. This was a lot of fun, everybody. I hope you had fun too. If you painted along with me, thank you so much for tuning in to this Just Paint along with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification for more videos like this. I'd love to see your paintings just as well. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and don't pollute.